Imagine a world where your smartphone stops working, hospitals lose control of life-saving equipment, and global defense systems go dark in an instant. This isn't a sci-fi movie. It's a very real possibility. We are currently in the middle of the most dangerous arms race in human history. Not for nuclear weapons, but for a piece of silicon smaller than a human fingernail. The 2-nanometer chip. Today, global superpowers are drawing battle lines around a single island, Taiwan, risking a world war just to secure the supply of these microscopic brains. Welcome to Vantage Insight. Tonight, we go inside the silicon shield to uncover the hidden war that controls every aspect of your modern life, and why the next few months could change the global economy forever. To understand the stakes, we must look at a single building on a small island in the Pacific. TSMC, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. This single company produces over 90% of the world's most advanced chips. Without TSMC, Apple's iPhones stop, Nvidia's AI chips vanish, and the world's most sophisticated fighter jets become paperweights. This is the silicon shield. Taiwan's dominance in this field is so absolute that it has become the most dangerous flashpoint in the rivalry between Washington and Beijing. For China, capturing this technology means total global dominance. For the United States, losing it means a digital dark age. But building a chip factory isn't like building a car plant. It's like trying to build a cathedral on the tip of a needle. The secret to these chips lies in a process called extreme ultraviolet lithography, or EUV. These machines are the most complex instruments ever built by humans. Each machine costs over $200 million, consists of 100,000 parts, and uses lasers that are hotter than the surface of the sun to print microscopic circuits on silicon. Only one company in the world, ASML in the Netherlands, can build them. This creates a massive bottleneck. If you control the machines, you control the chips. If you control the chips, you control the future. Washington has already pressured the Dutch government to stop shipping these machines to China, effectively trying to freeze Chinese technology in the past. But how long can you hold back a superpower before they decide to break the rules? But the war for chips isn't just fought in clean rooms and laboratories. It's fought in the mines of Africa and the gas plants of Ukraine. To bake a chip, you need neon gas. And before the war, 50% of the world's high-purity neon came from just 2 Ukrainian companies. You also need helium, palladium, and rare earth metals that China almost completely controls. If Beijing decides to turn off the tap of these minerals, the entire global supply chain for electronics will collapse in weeks. We aren't just looking at a tech rivalry. We are looking at a resource chokehold that could paralyze the modern world. This is where the story takes a dark turn. The United States government realized that if China masters 2-nanometer chips, the global balance of power will shift forever. To prevent this, Washington launched a massive tech blockade. They didn't just ban the chips, they banned the minds behind the chips. In late 2022, a new law forced American engineers working in Chinese chip factories to choose. Either quit your job or lose your US citizenship. Overnight, hundreds of top-tier experts walked out of Chinese labs, leaving their multi-billion-dollar projects in darkness. But America didn't stop there. They formed the Chip 4 Alliance, bringing Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan together to cut China out of the loop. China's response? It was immediate and calculated. They began investing an eye-watering $140 billion into their own domestic chip industry. They started the 1,000 Talents program to lure back experts from across the globe. We are no longer talking about a simple trade dispute. This is a Cold War of the 21st century, where the winner won't be the one with the most tanks, but the one with the smallest transistors. But this war isn't just about factories and laws. It's about shadows. Inside the corporate offices of high-tech firms, a silent war of espionage is being fought every single day. Engineers are being offered millions of dollars in secret accounts just to leak a single blueprint. In 2024 and 2025, we saw a massive surge in cyber attacks targeting the servers of companies like ASML and Intel. Hackers, allegedly backed by state actors, are trying to steal the secrets of extreme ultraviolet lithography. Why? Because building these machines from scratch takes decades of research, but stealing the code? That takes only a few minutes. Imagine a world where the most guarded technology is stolen through a single phishing email. This has forced tech giants to turn their headquarters into high-security fortresses, with biometric scanners, signal jammers, and private security forces that rival small armies. We are no longer just making chips. We are guarding the crown jewels of the 21st century. As we look towards the end of this decade, the race is no longer just about 2 nanometers. The industry is already whispering about the impossible, the 1 nanometer chip. To reach this level, we are moving beyond traditional silicon. Scientists are now experimenting with graphene and carbon nanotubes, materials that could make our current supercomputers look like ancient calculators. But there is a twist. To design these incredibly complex chips, humans are no longer enough. We are now using artificial intelligence to design the next generation of AI chips. It's a closed loop, AI building better hardware so that it can become even more powerful. This is where the Vantage Insight becomes clear. Whoever wins the chip war won't just control the economy. They will control the evolution of intelligence itself. Companies like NVIDIA and OpenAI are already pouring billions into custom silicon, trying to break free from the traditional supply chain. We are entering an era of sovereign AI, where every nation will want its own silicon mines and its own AI brains. But why should you care about a tiny chip being made thousands of miles away? Because in 2026, chips are the new inflation. When the supply chain chokes, the price of everything, from your electric car to your microwave, skyrockets. We are seeing a shift where nations are no longer trading for profit, but for survival. This is weaponized economics. The massive subsidies being poured into Intel, Samsung, and TSMC by the US and Europe are leading to a chip nationalism. Every country wants its own supply, but this comes at a cost. Higher taxes, more expensive gadgets, and a fragmented internet. We are moving away from a globalized world into a world of digital borders. The question for the investor is no longer which company is best, but which country's technology will survive the next blockade. In the end, the Silicon Shield is not just about technology. It's about who gets to write the rules of the future. Will it be a world controlled by a few tech giants, or will the decentralized nature of innovation prevail? One thing is certain. The war for the atom has been replaced by the war for the electron. The power to control the world now lies in a piece of silicon smaller than a grain of sand. Thank you for watching this deep dive into the Silicon Shield. This is Vantage Insight. If you found this analysis valuable, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon for more strategic intelligence. Leave a comment below. Who do you think will win the chip war? Until next time, stay informed and stay ahead.